Like this beat. Okay, girl, y'all ready? Let's get it together. This is our time. Yes! All right now. Yes!
The love and lifestyle, the truth, the real, the say how you feel.
All right.
The love and lifestyle, the truth, the real, the say how you feel.
Come to me for advice about your family and friends, to your husband and your wife. I can tell you about mine and what's been applied. So stay tuned and buckle in for the ride. My past experiences are for your ears to hear. I'll tell you tales from my past year. May do a review on some beauty products. You can catch me on the stream when the grease is popping.
The lifestyle, the truth, the real, the say how you feel.
Okay.
The love and lifestyle, the truth, the real, the say how
Here
you
we
feel.
go. When the road is bumpy and everything is tricky, gotta live and love and show it on the daily. You do your thing and I'll do mine. No judgment here, there's only love on my mind. It's not always right, some things are not easy. We can toss and turn until we make it easy. Keep a smile on your face and encourage one another. We only live one life, so we gotta love each other.
The love and lifestyle, the truth, the real, the say how you feel.
Oh yeah.
The love and lifestyle, the truth, the real, the say how you feel.
The lesson we learn won't stop or block us. We're all on the path, so let's get to walking. Live and love each day as your last. It's funny how time can flash. This is your life, so you better live it. If you really want something, work hard to get it. Join me on my journey and watch the show. We'll do it one more time, but by now you should know.
The love and lifestyle, the truth, the real, the say how you feel.
Yeah.
The love and lifestyle, the truth, the real, the say how you feel.
Okay, okay.
The love and lifestyle, the truth, the real, the say how you feel.
That's right, girl.
The love and lifestyle, the truth, the real, the say how you feel.
We out.
Yeah. La-dee. Why you ain't subbing on me? Why you ain't subbing on me? Why you ain't subbing on me?
I need to know.
Facebook, YouTube,
Metaverse.
I make content, I surely do. DJ, rap, music I sing, cook clean, pray with the saints.
Amen.
Show you halls and art I paint. I say things that make you think. I sell the printers, I sell the ink.
Bussin'.
I sell the paper, I sell the blanks. Fresh mugs,
Tumblers.
t-shirts,
I press 'em.
bring them out. Watch me twerk,
Hey.
grow plaques right out the dirt. You don't sub, you think it hurts? Hell no!
The sauce.
Drip, drip, I'm a ball. Drip, drip,
I got that sauce.
drip, drip, I'm a ball.
I just wanna know.
Drip,
I'm a boss.
drip, drip,
Wanna know.
drip.
Let's go.
Hey,
Make
jury,
bang and brother.
Here you go.
I send out freebies in every order.
Reapply.
My lip gloss shine, I make designs. And all I ask that you sub one time or
You
two.
don't.
What the F is wrong with you? You won't. What the F I'm supposed to do? Nah, boo. I ain't got an attitude. This content creator refuse to lose. You ain't have a clue.
Lurking.
Till I was showing you so rough.
Watching.
Show a little gratitude. I might shout you out on a review
Coming
or
straight to
two.
bushes.
While I'm on my daily grind making sales of views. I'm not salty cause you're faulty. No. I'm just confused. Why you ain't subbing me though? I put the drip drip in every flavor. Taste it, lifesaver. I'm a boss, you know it, I'm dope. You see this greatness? Who won't smoke? Now throw your thumbs in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you declare my content is, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. It's free. Why you ain't subbing on me?
Lit, lit, bam.
Hey, why you ain't subbing on me?
I wanna know. I need to know. It's bothering me.
I don't use YouTube like that.
I looked for your page, but I couldn't find it.
Girl, I didn't even know you had a channel.
I haven't been on mine in months.
Yo. L&L. L&L. Never Neil Show. It's hot, 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 taste it hot. I'm ready. Love and live. Let's go. Love and live show. Motivation speakers. Positive affirmations. Tune in every week. We need a Monday family meeting. Always cheating. Relationship advice on Wednesday so you don't go creeping. Thursday game time. Come in and unwind. Friday night shout out time. Creators grind and shine. Pop up at the pop up. Shop up at the shop up. Get your bomb.com seasons for your popular. Tropical morning for your royalty. Love and live empire bringing all the heat. Heat. It's time to turn up. You wanna taste that heat? Try to taste the heat. Hot sauce, that sweet heat is banging like this beat. Chocolate burning, love, mild watermelon. Dynamite's the truth. Have you Figured nephew, Lenora. She know it's the truth. Chris. Everybody love Chris. Love it, listen.
It's the love and live show. It's the love and live show.
Love and live.
It's the love and live
We be laughing, having fun.
Get up and stay up and live. Get up and stay up and live.
Love and live. Each day as if it was your last.
The love and live show. The love and live show.
Yep. Visit Love and Live
Welcome to
in,
the
everybody.
Love and
Welcome
Live
in.
Show. Welcome in.
How's everybody doing?
Yes. How's
All right.
everybody doing?
You gotta say how's everybody doing when you look down too.
Oh, hi
Yeah, you gotta
everybody.
say,
How y'all
hey.
doing? How y'all doing?
Yeah,
How
you
y'all
gotta
doing? How
it's
y'all
the
doing? How
elevation.
y'all
You know, you
doing?
go
Yeah.
up, down, up. You
Are
know.
you doing good? I'm doing
All
good
right.
too. I do. I cook sometimes on the show too. Thank you for the green hearts.
You like to cook?
No, I don't like to cook, but I cook.
That's what this thing says. Do you like to cook?
I cook. I never. No, I don't. I'm not gonna say I
This
like to
question
cook.
says,
I
do
cook.
you like to cook?
I cook.
Anyway.
I am forced to cook. It is not. It is against my will to cook.
All right, we got some folks in here. We're gonna start from the top
Okay.
and go ahead and welcome some folks in. But you guys know it's relationship advice.
Relationship
Every
advice.
Wednesday at the Love and Live show here on the Love and Live show.
Yeah.
We take questions. We have some. We give answers.
Yeah.
We talk about things, discuss things. So if you guys have any relationship related questions, make
Please
sure
put it
you
in
drop
the
them in the chat.
Yes.
Let's start from the top. We're gonna go ahead and welcome in Sweetheart. Sweetheart slides in saying, "How are you doing today?"
Mm-hmm.
Good. I would say I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right. We got to go ahead and also welcome in the
mother
and daughter duo.
Oh, sicky.
Mom and daughter in the building.
Okay.
All right, they said hello. We're new to watching your channel.
Well, we glad you're here. Thank
Welcome
you
in. Welcome in.
Yes.
How's it going?
I'm liking this. The mother and daughter duo.
We also have to go ahead and welcome in Mr. Blue Carpet himself. Bring it out for him. We've got Prince Daniel. Prince Daniel. He said, "Hey, Queen and Elia, my ninja." What's good, Prince Daniel?
What's good?
How you doing?
We haven't said hi to anybody here.
Oh, well, we're gonna go ahead and welcome in.
Hold on. Go ahead.
David N, Elvis Green, Wilbur Garmer. We got Beloved, Tyre Lone Wolf,
Sexy Love,
D Money, Chuck's wife.
Oh,
Kango,
DJ Skills Trey,
Dogma, Akbar Ba, Key, I'm Blessed, Peace of Mind, my man, Willie H, Adventurous Life, Riri, and Real Brat. C Still, David Chicago.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Patrick Snyder. Okay,
all right.
Now we're going to go.
We got Hey Queen.
Hey King.
We got oh, come on. Don't you change her
a
song.
song, Elijah.
We got
Unbiased LLC.
We got Unbiased in here. She said, hey, Queen Lenore and King Elijah and chat.
Hey,
how you doing, Unbiased?
How
What's
you
going
doing?
on? We also got to welcome somebody in who be living her best life.
Yes.
She on the grind. She on a whole different journey. Let's go ahead and welcome in
Cynthia living with
MS. Cynthia's in here saying, I love and living. Everyone in the chat.
Yes.
I'll be listening. All right, Cynthia.
Okay, Cynthia, I know.
All right, welcome in, Andrew.
Yes.
We're going to go ahead and welcome some folks that stay entertaining.
Yes.
We are actually going to be putting them in the pool. All right. Pretty much, are y'all host on here?
Yes.
All right, we're going to go ahead and welcome in House of X Entertainment. We stay entertaining. Hey, we stay entertaining. We stay entertaining.
Stay entertaining.
Okay, wait. Turn it up. Turn it up. All right, they said, hey, and they're in the pool.
I'm biased in the pool.
Yeah, it's a collaborative effort between Prince Daniel and House of X to stay throwing people in the pool. Yeah. We got to get well with the next person. We're going to go ahead and welcome in Wellness with Frugal Mama. How you doing? What's going on? Wellness with Frugal Mama's in here. Go check her out. Get fit with her. Get into it, all right?
Okay.
We got Victor in here. We got House of X. We got Peter Cake. We got Miguel Diaz, Zayn Ali. All right. We got Queen Tinker. We're going to go ahead and welcome somebody else in. All right. She's on the case. Stepping in the chat right now. We have Stay.
I love saying
what's going on, Stay?
How are you?
She said, hello, Love and Live Show. What's going on? How are you doing, Stay? She said, hi, chat.
Hey.
Papa back to Papa. Okay.
Shopper.
Sweetheart, she said, how are you doing today, nephew and queen? My arm is still sore.
I'm sorry.
She's going to finna watch some cartoons.
Yeah.
Eat her dinner, have some soup, some chicken. Shoot, she even have a snack of bubble tea right now. All right, get into it.
I think I'm a radio host. Yes, I am a host. I'm a host, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Are you a host on here?
I think I'm a host on here. Yes, yeah. I'm a host because I'm with the families. I'm with an agency.
So then, yeah, you're
I'm a host because I'm with it.
So House of X said, "Hey everyone, you all in the pool." Say you don't have a badge, so you must not be no host. You ain't got a badge. You got a host. You got to get with the program.
Supposed to be getting a badge.
You ain't got your badge. Mm-hmm. But I think what you're trying to say, you already lined up for somebody.
I'm with an agency.
Yeah, so you can't do it yet. You can't be trying to get.
I'm not talking to you. You don't know nothing.
You're not certified. You
yes, I did. I did an audition. I got accepted.
But we're gonna go ahead and welcome. Sweetheart, she said you got a nice yellow shirt.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm mixed matching.
She said yes for the purple hair. She
yes.
You know, purple hair and over here, she really don't care.
Yes.
All right.
That's your favorite line, Anthony.
Yeah. Oh man. But with that being said, we have relationship advice. If you guys have any relationship related questions, feel free to drop them in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Walkthrough said, hey. Welcome to Bigo.
All right. Yeah. So he said I get it in 3 weeks. So yay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just got it. Like I've been on here 7 days.
Walk
8 days.
Said love the purple hair.
Oh, thank you.
I'm telling y'all, since she got the purple hair, she simply
I don't even know how to act. But we're gonna go on relationship advice because I want to hear about this question you got up here.
All right. So the mother and daughter duo say congratulations to you as well.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yes.
So here's a question. You're looking at the title right now if you're on YouTube and you're like, what is going on? What's the situation? It says divorce over skin. That just sounds very, very weird, doesn't it?
I'm trying to figure it out too, Stacey. I don't know what divorce over skin means.
Yeah, what does this mean? Yeah, I mean, Stacey said it right now. She's trying to find out what's going on. Now, I'm gonna paint the picture for you guys, all right? We have a newly married couple.
Yeah.
All right, they're living their best life. They knew each other for a little bit. And they decided to seal the deal. All
Okay.
right, so they're in there. But the husband, he has a skin condition. All right, and the skin condition, you can't really. It's kind of restrictive. You can't really do too much with the skin condition that he has. So the wife right now is she wants some activity, to say the least, and the husband, he can't because he's trying to heal over his skin condition. But her problem is not necessarily the skin condition itself, is that he's not taking the measures to prevent his flare-ups. And so that we have the title right there. So pretty much the wife is mad that the husband is not taking care of his skin condition.
Which means he's not taking care of her.
Yes.
Okay, so now we we got it. Divorce over skin. So the skin, he got skin disease going on over here. Mm-hmm. He ain't taking care of it. And so since he can't take care of his skin, he can't take care of her sexually. Boom.
There we go. So how are you feeling about that right there? What would you say for this couple?
Is this a new skin condition?
No, he had the skin condition for a while. It's not like a STD or anything. This is like a skin condition that he's had for a long period of time.
I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna really say it to the ladies because I've seen it more with the ladies, and maybe you've seen it with the fellas. But I'm having a hard time if you guys seeing stuff in the beginning of a relationship, mm-hmm. and then when you get proposed, you say yes because you're so excited about getting married, and then when you get married, you got issues because of something you already knew about. Yeah. Like, this is a new thing and it happened in a marriage, okay. But if you knew about it beforehand, I'm quite sure if he wasn't taking care of it before y'all got married. I know he just didn't wait till now, I'm not getting married now. So
well, I think the problem is like the skin condition, right? He's had it, but I think it's now that it's restricting the activity is become a problem for her. I don't think it was doing all that before. So I think it's a new thing.
All I'm saying is literally, if you think you can't handle something before you get married, mm-hmm. don't get married. Because to me, it's just like, okay, now we're being petty. I mean,
exactly.
Get a toy and hold yourself off until his skin condition get better. Literally, that's just what it is. We getting a divorce over something like that is really not making any sense.
Yeah, we got to welcome in Black Woman Rule. Woo-woo. We also got to welcome in Nene. How you guys doing?
Hey, thank you.
And Stacey said she put the little barf emoji. She's feeling that, but she's just kidding. But she sounds like Stacey said that sounds like for better or for worse.
Yeah.
Stuff people swear about. They need to find out why he quit taking care of himself.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that I have a problem with. I hate when this does that. I do. That's what I have a problem with, period. Like, literally, if you are in a relationship and you know something's going on, you can't then wait till you say I do and then have a problem with it. I think that's just a lot of crap that we're doing. And mm-hmm. I think it's stupid.
I mean, I feel like just in general with the whole situation, like you're saying, you did get married to this person. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, you may not know the full extent if y'all wasn't living together, so on and so forth, but you have a good idea that he does have this condition.
And then he can't do stuff. Like, exactly. I mean, now you might not have thought about it sexually, but if it hinder him, he in pain. Mm-hmm. And so like, and we all know, especially women, when we in pain, we don't want to be dealing with nothing. Like, we don't be bothering us with that. So we can't just assume that a man ain't gonna feel the same way. So like I said, I think we be playing games. Stop playing games.
BGM, Peace Be Still, Lever Girl, Queen Red. All right, but yeah, so.
And then we gotta welcome in people here too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we definitely gotta welcome in people here. But I think, you do need to find out why he's not taking care of himself. Because I think that is part of the problem as well, is that you do have this skin condition, But if she feel like you should be doing more about it,
it's that ultimatum thing again that bothers me.
Yeah,
It bothers
exactly.
my nerves.
I think
Y'all be
I think
bothering
that's the
my
big
nerves with
problem.
that
Though. It's like,
ultimatum. Like, don't do
it's
ultimatum.
like how Stacey said right here. You know, you need to look for the understanding before you saying, "Oh, if you don't do this, then we getting a divorce."
Yeah.
And Stacey, she also said, but he's not taking care of his skin condition because he doesn't want to be bothered with her. Like, yeah, but is he not? You know, is that what's going on?
Well, that might be like, oh shoot.
Well, we gotta welcome some folks in. We gotta go ahead and welcome in
Beauty
Beauty
Boss
Boss
by
by
Jamie.
Jamie. Jamie says, "Hey, how you doing, Jamie? What's going on?"
No.
We gotta welcome in. Can't
And
stop
stop
walking,
walking,
but
but
love
love
mowing
mowing
and
and
cruising.
cruising.
All right, get into
Hey.
it. Welcome in. And Beauty Boss by Jamie, she said we are just getting over this hurricane.
Yeah.
Power's still out and the trees are down. Oh my goodness. Well, Jamie, we wishing you the best over there.
Yes, we praying
honestly.
for you. Yes.
But yeah, so Stacey, she did pull up a good I guess point of concern here.
Yeah.
You know, it could be that he is not trying to deal with her.
I like that.
And he ain't doing what he's supposed to do.
And he's like, oh, I can hold off.
We got Super P and V. We got somebody. Zane Fresh in here. I just missed this last person. Boss Lady 80. All right, we got to welcome somebody in who's precious to us. We're going to take this time to welcome in Precious Pieces. She said, hey, y'all.
Yeah.
Stay safe, guys.
Yes, definitely. Especially in a hurricane, too. Yes, we don't play around.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, like I said, I hate when we put people in ultimatum.
Yeah.
And my thing is, I'm like, stay, maybe something wrong with you. And that's why he ain't trying to work on that skin condition. He don't want to deal with you. Sometimes when we are nitpicking or going at somebody else, we should kind of like look at ourselves and see where we're having a problem. You know what I mean? Because we could be having some problems.
Oh,
like we could be having some emotional issues. And we could be petty and moody. And it can turn somebody off instead of saying you turning me off and hurt your feelings and that's an argument. I'm just going to let the skin.
You're going to find another way to avoid this conflict.
Yeah. You can't get mad when I have a skin condition.
Jerome. We got Eric, Chai.
Stay fresh, Zane. Yes.
Paul.
Stay fresh, stay blessed.
He already staying fresh. But anyway, so with that being said, if you guys have any relationship related questions, make sure that you drop them into the chat. But I think with this one right here, it is definitely the approach. You know, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I think, she said, I just feel like the skin condition is surface level for a deeper issue.
I think so,
and I think that's what it is too. Because I mean, this is the wife after all coming with this conversation. It's not the husband. I mean, the husband, there's two sides to every story. We only got the wife's side on things, and
so we got to make our own side of the other story.
But kind of.
I know I do. I'm gonna just tell you, y'all put in the question and y'all don't fill it out. I need both sides of the story, or I will fill out the other person's side of the story. Because I got to make sense of it. I got to make why you're reacting to this so we can give you the best advice. Because if I just go off of what you're saying, I'm not giving you the best advice. Yeah.
I mean, we got to welcome in Alton and Cabbage Head 101. But I think that is like what Stacey said, I think it is so much more to this situation because say the skin condition is going on. But I feel like when people stop doing stuff that they usually do, you know, especially when it's to better themselves or help themselves out, that's where you should always be concerned. So that I think, you know, that kind of shows a little bit of, you know, lack of a self-confidence, self-care. You know, that's stuff that you have to worry about when you're in a relationship with somebody. You know, they're not doing what they need to do for themselves. Yeah, because then they can't help you out. But I mean, she seemed like she's glossing over addressing that and getting straight to my needs is not being met. So needs met. That's what you're gonna have to get cut. You know, you're not. So I
she want her needs met. She need her needs met now.
Yeah, well, it seems like it. And I think the mentality right here is you're not gonna meet these needs. Somebody else will.
Oh,
Prince Daniel saying he's listening.
That don't sound like better for worse to me.
All right, Mr. Blue Carpet.
Yes,
you take care while you're at work.
Yes.
But I think there's definitely a lot more to that situation. Yeah.
I mean, we got to be on it. Like, y'all, you know, I wish I had more information for the skit,
Yeah,
but
I mean, we
I'm
ain't
me
really
and
got.
Stacy on the same team, and you know that's rare for me and Stacy to be on the same team.
Yeah,
So you know it must be serious.
yeah.
But yeah,
But
next
so
question.
yeah, I do have some good other good
Oh, good, because
questions.
that one was. Ooh.
Okay, this one kind of is it's a good conversation here.
Okay.
All right. So we got a husband and wife. All right. And I probably should have put this one in the title.
Yeah.
This one sounds a lot more compelling.
Okay.
But anyway.
Before you start, can we welcome you?
Yes, we're definitely going to welcome in someone that we love to travel with. We got love to travel with Wade. She says, hi, how you doing, Wade?
Hey.
We also got to welcome in that pole dog. We got to welcome in Air's Lady, Serenity, and Angel Grits.
There you go.
But so with that being said, this next one.
Okay.
Husband, wife. Now you got this is the wife getting at the husband, and we're getting the husband's perspective.
Thank you for the heart.
So the husband is in a big family. All right. So the big family, you know, they're not upper class, they middle class, kind of lower class family. So in situations they had to kind of sleep with each other and stuff like that. So, you know, anytime they go on a vacation, they couldn't get all the different beds, and he got a big family. So he would have to sleep with his brother or sleep with his sister, so on and so forth.
And they're married?
No. This is him growing up.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this is the husband doing that. He had to sleep with, you know, his sister, sleep with his brothers, and all that. You know, regardless of what the situation was. So him and his mother are going out on a vacation. They went to go do something. We don't get all those details. But all that being said, instead of getting a 2-bedroom, they got a 1-bedroom. And so they are sleeping together in the same bed. And so the wife catches wind of this, and the wife is really just getting at the husband.
Okay, go back again, because I was so stuck on the whole family sleeping in the room.
He's sleeping together. So
they got
fast forward to now.
Okay.
The problem is, this is the problem now. They are on a vacation. They took a trip, and they have a 1-bedroom. So they're sleeping together.
Who?
The mom and the husband. Mother and the husband are sleeping together.
Okay.
So the wife is over here. She's shooting him a text message talking about how was footsie last night with your mom. You know, just really making a spectacle of the situation. She's saying, you know, addressing how weird and uncomfortable that makes her feel. And he just kind of like, I don't know what's going on here. This is what I've done all my life. You know, we had to cut corners in areas like this. I was just trying to save some money on this vacation trip. We just got a single bedroom instead of 2. It's not really that serious. And, you know, she's really just jumping down his neck about the thing. So how do you feel about this situation right here? And before you get into that, we're going to go ahead and welcome in Charisma, Shay, and we got to welcome in. When you hear Yee, what do you say?
Sleazy!
What's good, Sleazy?
Hey, Sleazy.
Sleazy said, love and live, relationship advice. We got someone who's always herself. We got always Tam Tam. How you doing? Love to travel said, it's his mom? Yes. So the husband is sleeping with his mom. And yeah, they're sleeping in the same bed, not sleeping in the same bed as his mom. And, you know, the wife is over here teasing him, saying, did you do anything? How was footsie last night? You know, just really poking the bear with that situation. And we only get in the husband's perspective. You know, he feel like this is completely normal behavior for him to do. So, yeah, I guess it's different perspective. I love the travel says, so what's the issue? The issue is that the wife is doing this. He feels like, you know, kind of attacked by the wife in this situation. Yeah, that's what the issue is. Left to travel.
This is where, again, y'all gonna be mad at me or happy with me. I'm just gonna tell you.
Very opinionated with this one.
I am, and only because, like I said, men are creatures of it's okay when it's them.
Yeah.
But when it happens to them, they're not okay with it, and they don't have any understanding, and they're not nice or kind about the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where I have that issue at, because like I said, yeah, it might have been normal when you were growing up, but as adults, it's not really normal. And again, you got to understand, how would you feel if her and her dad would have do the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got a one bedroom instead of two, and this is her dad. It's always okay for the mama.
Yeah.
But when the dad does, it's always an issue.
Yeah.
So I'm very adamant on it that, like, would you be able to still be cool if they going on vacation in a one bedroom and the daughter and daddy sleeping together? Yeah. And 99.99999%, the man ain't having it. The man ain't having it.
And I ain't even gonna lie with that situation. I think, I guess it is case by case, but a lot of people, they are definitely not feeling that at all. We got Unique Love in here saying, "Is this your son?" No, I'm her favorite nephew. Yeah. But
no, he's not. He's
but
nephew.
With that being said,
my favorite.
I think that's just like a very, I wouldn't say it's like, I don't know, like you saying, you know, if it's the other way around, you have to put yourself in that situation. And are you going to be okay with that?
Because that's my thing is, a man will say okay until that happens. Oh yeah, I'll be fine with it. And then if the woman does it, then it's like, what you doing? I don't even look right. Yeah, and then I talk to Joe, and I talk to so-and-so. I talk to my mama, and then there's all this issue. But it's okay when you were doing it with your mama, and the woman don't feel right. And that's why I have a problem with, because like I said, if you okay with her sleeping with her daddy, and they go on a trip together, and they in one room and one bed, and they sleeping together, and you fine with it, then okay, then it's cool. But 99.9% of the time, it ain't gonna be cool, because the man ain't gonna have it.
Because Love the Traveler said that's disrespectful of his wife.
Well, she shouldn't have to be petty to say the footsie thing, but
that's your parent at the end of the day.
It could be your parent or whatever, but you know, we in today's society, and it ain't like old school parents back in the day. It's new school parents, and they do it to animals and their kids and stuff. I mean, I was on TikTok, and the siblings talking about, this is my brother and this is my boyfriend. So I'm just telling you. You can't go with that angle. No, I'm going with the angle because things happen. People act like it don't happen. Yeah. And then, like I said, when it's the dad going with the daughter, all those thought processes come up to a man's mind. But when it's the mama, everybody accepts it with the mama. They don't accept it with the daddies, but they accept it with the mama. There's things that I can do in my household that Chris can't do because he's a guy. Yeah. I mean, and that's just what it is. Yeah. And it could be it could be inappropriate what I do, but because I'm the mama, it's okay. But if Chris did it, it would not be okay. It'd be disrespectful and it'd be not cool. And so when you know these roles, and now you're married, and again, I'm saying you're married, so you are as one. If your wife feels uncomfortable, then you need to feel uncomfortable. Right, and you wasn't really saving that much money because they still charge you for two people regardless. So you ain't saving too much money. You could have been on the couch and your mama could be on the bed. I mean, it could be different things. Yeah,
that's the angle I would definitely have took in that situation. You know, if your wife is complaining about it in the first place, I mean, shoot, you might just have to throw that one and just take that loss. You know, you ain't got to sleep in that comfortable bed. Go ahead. Take some pillows, get up on the floor, get on the couch. You're already trying to cut corners. You're already trying to save some money. So, you know, you knew what you're getting into. So, I mean, hop about that bed and say, oh, Mom, I just want you to be so comfortable, and stop that in the tracks. You know, just lay up on that floor.
I'm not going to say lay up on the floor. Like, I ain't doing
do what you got to do. Get that crook in your neck. Get that little ache in the bottom of your back right there.
But I mean, my thing is like, and I can go with the wife too. I can handle her too and say, you know, as a wife, You could have said this before they bought the bed, bought the one bedroom
Yeah.
that you felt uncomfortable. This is not what's going on, and then you could have pitched in and helped pay for the other room, so they can have two rooms. You know what I mean? Or deal with it, because again, if they saving money, they saving money.
Yeah.
Mama gonna be on one side of the bed, and daddy gonna be, and the son gonna be on the other side of the bed, and it'll be fine. But and I don't, it's not a problem. But again, it depends on. I always say, to really make a woman kind of confused, it depends on their relationship, how they're walking around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If the mama is acting like the son is her man, yeah, no.
Well, Love to Travel, she said she just going off of how she grew up with that.
Yeah.
She feel like that's disrespectful of his wife because that's his parent.
Yeah, but I think it's just that hard thing, because I'm gonna just say there are women out here, y'all, that their kids are their relationship, their companion.
But Love to Travel says they're insecurity.
And it could be insecurity, because it could be the mama giving that insecurity. That's what I'm saying for the woman. Because, like, I could go, if it was my husband and his mom, I wouldn't think none of it. I'm like, they just crazy. I don't know how they gonna move, because they both see wild. That'd be my mindset. I wouldn't be thinking nothing of it. But then again, I don't look at my mother-in-law as having a relationship with my husband. But the youngest one, she had and not in an incest way. I don't want to get that in there where it's an incest way, but the women are relying more on the boy, so it's more of a relationship. So it's kind of that you don't really want, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of that thing where you be like, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable.
Stay says she missed the question. So pretty much in this situation, you got the husband sleeping in the same bed as his mom at the hotel that they got for a trip that they both went on.
Yeah.
And the wife is not very comfortable with that. She's making comments saying, how was footsie with your mom?
Mm-hmm.
How was last night? Implying things happened. She's just saying stuff like that. And the husband, this is on the husband's perspective. Yeah. He's honestly just not feeling that. But what is it? The mother and daughter duo, they just said something. But we got to go ahead and welcome in Chastity Logan. She said, hey, fam, at work, but saw you guys were live and hopped in. All right, it's nice seeing you, Chastity.
Yes, Chastity.
We got to praise God. That's kind of blessings. The teacher was listening. Yeah, we going to praise God. They switched it up. They had to rebrand on us for a long time. But, yeah, welcome in, Chastity. How you doing? We got to welcome in
Cole.
Yeah. I was trying to go back and forth. We got to go ahead. Yeah, my boy Watson in. We got to go ahead and welcome in Cole Walls. What's good, Cole? How you doing? How you doing, Cole? Look, and that, I don't know if he changed the thing. Like, I know he changed his profile, but for whatever reason, it's looking like bigger or something like that.
I like it too, though.
So, all right, get into it, Cole. Wellness for Fugu Mama, she gave you thumbs up. We got to welcome somebody in. She's stepping on in. We got Tamika Davis. She said, hey, everybody. How you doing, Tamika? We also got to welcome in Steve Gilmore. He said, checking in. Good to see you, family. Good to see you too, Steve. All right. And Stacey, she said, I'm tickled. She said, I can't take this question seriously.
Because it's one of those things I can kind of understand it on both ends. Like, I can understand it where it seemed like it's disrespectful. But I think the woman is saying it because she's very uncomfortable. She doesn't understand it. And again, she might not have slept with a whole bunch of siblings. She might be the only sibling. It could be that. It could be that the mother, acts like that's her baby. And that's her man, relying on them and the way they touch and all that. We don't know the ins and outs, and a man doesn't see it anyway. So a man doesn't see when the woman is attacking them, the mother is attacking their woman or doing stuff like they don't really see it, and the mother ain't really making it all known that she's doing it either, but they don't see it. So it looks like just the wife just tripping. But I know why she's doing it, because she really wanted to say, fool, why you ain't get your own room? Or y'all could have got 2-bedroom hotel. It's what she wanted to say, but now she's like, oh, you playing for tea? How was last night? How was sleeping with your mother?
Yeah.
Because she doesn't understand it, or she, thinks there's more to it. And like, this is my man, and I'm already having a hard time fighting to have my man for my man because my man doesn't understand that the laws are you leave your mother and your mother and father, and join one together with your wife, and he probably ain't doing that.
Well, Chastity, she said, "I love and miss you
I
guys.
miss you too, sweetie."
We hope y'all are having a smooth transition into the next channel.
And she said she competing with the in-laws. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Love to
Probably
Travel was
so.
saying. And I think that's what the
nephew.
problem. I think that's what the problem would be in that situation, because I mean, there wouldn't really be no conversation if it wasn't that. I think my whole problem with it, though, with looking at the whole situation and in defense of the husband, it's like you said, you already booked this out. So if you were to say something before, but it's like, why when you in the situation now you want to be petty about it? Because you already knew they was getting a single bedroom. Because apparently he a cheapskate. And listen, ain't nothing wrong with that. I understand, but it's
I
like
think she probably said something then and just thought he wasn't gonna do it, and they had an argument about it, and then she tried to be cool with it, and she really couldn't. So she then went with the, "Are y'all playing footsies?" It's a thing that we lean on. We say some smart mouth or whatever when we in an uncomfortable position or whatever, and that's what it is. She's in an uncomfortable position, and that's what it is. And there's nothing else we can do about it.
Prince Daniel said, "Yeah, I definitely agree with everything you said about the topic, Queen."
Thank you, Prince.
Okay, we're gonna also say that Stay, she stepped in and said vacations in a hotel is different. Depending on how many people and what you can afford, sleeping arrangements can get crazy in a hotel.
Yeah, but you could get a hotel that has a couch bed. We tried that too. That didn't work. So yeah.
I'm just saying, in defense of that situation, But I think it really does come down to, if you guys, this is not a boyfriend or girlfriend. This is a husband and wife. So if she feels like she's very uncomfortable in the situation, you just.
But I think there's more to it than just this hotel room. Yeah, and I think that's what they're always attention. The man is only paying attention to this hotel room
because she complaining about the hotel room.
Because she keeps saying, "Are you playing footsies?" And he like feeling insecure, like maybe he's doing something wrong, but not in the wrong towards my wife. Like, you making it seem like me and my mom sleeping together, and he don't like that feeling. So he noticing what the wife is doing. But I think there's more to the situation than that, and that's where, again, here I'm making my own speculation of the conversation and stating that they are in the mother is overly doing stuff, and the wife feels uncomfortable with the mother anyway, and this was just to really add the topping to the cake.
I think that's fair to say, because like I said earlier,
and you could get that
this
too.
Wouldn't even be a problem. This wouldn't even be a problem at all. Like, he wouldn't ever have this problem if there was the security with it.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's something that's going on between the mother-in-law and the wife that is bringing the insecurity. So whether that be comments that she's making, or whether she's talking behind closed door and the wife is finding out, or just her general relationship with the wife's husband, and whatever it is definitely leading to some insecurity. And she's just projecting that in that way. I mean, that's all it is. It's not like even if I think if the relationship was better, she wouldn't think nothing about the bed situation, because you could be in that situation with so many different people, and if you want a budget, I mean, shoot, you gonna do whatever to cut corners.
But like just say right here, now if y'all had 2 double beds and the son got in the bed with his mom and left the bed empty,
that's the issue. Well, yeah, and
but my thing is, why didn't they just get a double bed?
They might not be in the cars. I mean, it depends on where you are.
You could get a double bed.
It depends on where you are, and at the end of the day, that's why I said, you're gonna have to compromise to get up on that floor if it's really such a problem. Get on the couch, get on the floor, make you a pallet.
I just,
I mean, shoot, it's a vacation. You won't be there too long. Just
exactly
endure the pain. You might.
And I'm trying to figure out why the mom and son having a vacation anyway, and nobody else is invited.
Well, I mean, it could be not necessarily a vacation. It could be on a trip, like a family trip.
I don't know. You said vacation, so
I
vacation.
don't know.
Vacation.
You know, I think it's just in general. It's I
Say,
say
say,
vacation because they're out
nothing.
of state, but yeah.
Say, there's nothing else available.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes
Yeah, and
there's
I
nothing else
understand that.
available.
Like I said, I get the concept or whatever, but like I said, you know, I don't think it was really that because, you know, you could try the hotels, you could try the things because literally, you know,
Stacey
this has
said,
been
"No,
bothering
we don't
her
sleep
lately.
on the floor in the hotel.
I think.
You got to do something because apparently his wife's not having that.
Well, apparently he gonna sleep in the bed with his
His
mama, like you
mom
said.
until that
But
duration
yeah,
gone.
but like I said, to all the mother-in-laws, y'all need to stop. Like once your child is married, you can have all the complaints you want to have before they say I do. Once that child is married, leave it alone. Stay out of it. You don't got to be happy about it, but you ain't got to make your presence known that you don't like the in-laws. Like just stop. Like literally, because stuff like this it gets really issues. Like it's really petty.
Well, Stacey said, you know, if it was a 1 bedroom and it's a king size, I'm sure it was innocent. She just said petty wife.
No, I think it was innocent. I don't think the wife is petty.
I don't think there's anything going on in that situation with the husband and the mom. Period.
I'm just gonna.
But I mean,
the
that's
reason I say that is because I see it all the time. Like I see how the in-laws get in there and have something to say.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, it's usually not all the time, but it's usually the husbands that can't see nothing, and the issue just keeps coming and coming and coming and coming. So we could just go off the generic what you see, but literally, if somebody keeps coming for you, I'm gonna put it this way, and I know it's because it's the mother or whatever, but if you see a girl liking your man, period.
Mm-hmm.
And then you telling me they can only be in that one bed, you gonna have a problem. And if that mother decide to put her place as a woman like that, then you just gonna have to accept it. You can sit here and we can all act like we're in denial and all that, but literally, if we felt like a woman, I don't care if it's the mother or not coming up to us against us in our marriage, you don't want them in the bed like that.
Well, Letter Travel said insecure wife. I mean, in general, with the whole situation, like I said, I don't think anything happened between the mother and the son. I think that's completely innocent part. Where the problem does lie is outside of that. When they are living their day to day, apparently he's not making sure that his wife feel comfortable.
I don't know if I
with the
agree
situation.
because I've been looking at this right here. Let's just
what you been looking at?
Let's just get real with conversations here.
If
you raised a certain way,
mm-hmm.
your reality is not the reality of everybody else.
Yeah.
So as we can all go over here and go, oh, it's the mother, and we can all, because we are mothers, and we can all go, it's the mother and it's innocent. Doesn't mean it's innocent, and it doesn't mean it's like a regular mother. And my thing is sometimes we can read in between something. There's things that I have said to a lot of different people that I express like literally, it doesn't look right. Mm-hmm. What you're doing right now doesn't look right. And they will tell me it's the way they're raised.
Yeah.
And just because that's the way you were raised doesn't mean it's right. And if somebody else sees it, regardless if it's the mother, I can't say dad because, like, again, if this was dad, everybody wouldn't have the same answers that they're having now because they'd be like, no, they came in bed with the dad. And it's wrong. So my thing is, I'm not saying anything, and he is not going to tell us this whole crazy thing because he can't see because he thinks his life is normal. And when you think your life is normal, even if it's wrong, it's normal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's
and if you're raised doing things wrong, you gonna think it's normal. Period.
Letter Travel says, so why can't she have an adult conversation with her in-law?
Because usually you can't because the man won't let it. I'm just being real with the conversation. I've heard people been married for 10, 12 years and say, you know what, your mom's been disrespecting me, and I don't want her in my house because she's disrespecting me. And the man has told the woman, get out, because that's my mama. So my thing is, we and you know me, once you tell me to get out, I mean you out. You and your mama out. I'm throwing all y'all stuff out. You ain't got to tell me. You told me to get out, you getting out, everybody out. I mean, that's just how I am. You're not gonna disrespect me like that.
Oh, you said, oh my goodness, you're getting into this a little bit too much.
I sure am.
You to calm down a little bit.
Because I'm saying this because everybody has it in their head that the mother is the issue. I mean, the wife is the issue. But the wife ain't telling the story, so we only got the man's side. And men are blind as bats when it comes to their mother. They're blind as bats. They can't see nothing. It takes a long list of things for the men to see anything that their mothers do wrong. Especially if they're mama's boys. That's just what it is. And mama's boys are the worst. They're the worst creatures of them all. So no, until I get the whole story, I just think it's not there. And the reason she can't have a conversation is because the mother's going to be overly extreme and crazy and trying to make it seem like she's attacking her. Yeah. That's how mothers are acting. And then go to the son all innocent. I was just trying to show her some love. And I was just trying to be there for her. And look, so what she did, she yelled at me. And then you say what you got to say. And then you look wrong.
Yeah.
You know, she came in here and she said such and such. Well, that's no reason to yell at her. Because it sounds stupid sometimes, but you know the innuendos. And women, we know how to talk in the windows. We know how to make everybody else look like they're crazy and we the one normal and we to be the one crazy. We know it. And that's what I'm saying is like when we step into these categories of giving our opinion and our advice and all that, we need the whole story. Because if it's just a normal relationship and the mother and her get along and the son get along and the mother's supportive and all that, nobody would have nothing to say. You know, and I don't think the wife would have anything to say. Oh, and if the wife did have something to say, then I'm agreeing with everybody. She petty, she did, she's stupid, she does. I'll say it all. But I know most of the time when it comes to a mother and her son, it's a whole different story. We are very clingy to our baby boys, and we don't want nobody hurting our baby boys. And then, so that's just a normal mama. Now, I think about the ones that tell their kids everything, tell them about every piece of relationship, tell them everything that they don't need to know, been talking to them like they grown adults before. That's when the issue goes crazy. And that's what I'm saying right there. Like, I don't know. Like, I get what everybody's trying to say because that's the mother, but
we're going to have to welcome in somebody. We're going to take this time to open up a file, not just any file. We've got the Bud File saying hello, peoples, all right? We also got to welcome Nathan Williams, Queen Leo, Unique Love 4, welcome back in. And David Slaughter said that is what mom's, okay, that's what mom feel about me
that's
walking.
How mom feel is me walking. Yeah, I mean we get very attached to our son, and you gotta understand that's the son's first love is his mother. So she almost can't do no wrong, even though she's doing everything wrong. She almost can't do no wrong. And then you got your love, your wife, and they competing, and guys usually don't know how to handle it, and women don't want to overstep because we don't want to disrespect your mother, just the same way we don't want you to disrespect our mom. You know, it's the same kind of conversation, but at the same time, like I said, they got to be more into it for her to feel uncomfortable with the mom and son sleeping together. I mean, I guess we gotta deep in the windows there.
We gotta get into what Stacey said. She said, "I get that, Queen. I think it's cringy when people kiss their parents on the lips, but it's normal in other households. But it's a vacation, and that's a big accusation."
And that's the thing too. Why is a mother and son taking a vacation? Like, I just want to know, when my son get married, why is it not me, my son, the wife, and all that getting married?
I mean, there's other stuff that could be going on. They could be on a. That's not really all those details aren't filled in, but it could be a vacation to go see a family member's grave. It could be a vacation to.
That's not a vacation.
What?
I mean, you saying it as a vacation? That's not a vacation. It really isn't.
I'm just saying.
I'm going to go see a gravesite. It's not a vacation.
The reasoning, I guess it doesn't.
If you say it's a vacation, it's a vacation. Don't try to make it like now it's a funeral thing.
I'm not making it no way. I don't only have have so many details. With
I'm just saying, the moment you said vacation, it's a vacation. And I've been wondering from the beginning, why is the mother and son taking a vacation?
Yeah, they're really close, mother and son, and they're taking the mom and son vacation.
And that's why she upset. So there we go. That is why she upset. And not that she getting left out. We doing some problems. But I got walking problems, but she worries too much about me. Because that's what mama do. You her son. You her baby. Yeah, she going to have problems with you. She going to be like, this is my baby. I got to make sure you all right. And anybody who dates you, she got to make sure they're going to take care of you and make sure they do right by you. Because I'm going to tell you, sometimes your men don't make sense on who you pick.
But right now,
no,
Prince
women
Daniel,
don't either, though.
He letting us know right now he had the same situation happen to him. He had his son's girlfriend hit on him a couple of times, but rest assured, he had his son get a hold of her because his wife wasn't having it.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all be acting like I'm going crazy up here, but I'm just saying, like, it is what it is, y'all. I'm just saying.
I love the travel saying why not to the vacation thing. I mean, Stacey said
because they married.
Maybe his mom needed a vacation and the wife didn't want to go. Maybe they wanted a trip for two and the wife didn't want to go. There are reasons.
Y'all making up a whole bunch of reasons for these people to be sleeping in the bed together.
I'm just saying because
y'all working hard on these people sleeping together.
You really got to look at the different dynamics of things. I mean, we don't have all the details. So what if in that situation the wife just didn't want to go on a vacation? Do you still have that same energy, or is it different?
Of them going on vacation?
They're sleeping in the same bed. If the wife didn't want to go on the vacation.
Well, it's hard for me because I already know my mom ain't sleeping in the bed with nobody. And she don't want to sleep in the bed with me. And I'm her daughter. So I know she ain't going to be jumping in the bed with her son. If she had a boy, she ain't jumping in the bed with her son. I just know that. So it doesn't, I would probably feel the same awkwardness, but I'm not insecure and I'm not one of those people. Like I said, if I find out, I'm not even looking for it. So if I find out my husband is cheating, then it happens. I'm not looking to find out if he's cheating. I'm not looking for it. I'm not one of those chicks like that. I'm just not. But if I feel awkward, that to me, I'm like, if I'm feeling awkward, like, you sleeping in the bed with your mom, that means there's something I'm missing. And I'm now leery. And I might not say nothing, but now I'm gonna be leery. And now guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sleep in the bed with my daddy. And you better not say a word. Because I'm gonna give you the same thing you dish out. If I feel uncomfortable and you keep going, I'm gonna give you the same thing you dish out to me. That's just 100%. Because there's me talking to a man is like me talking to the wall. They make no sense. They don't understand. And once they single-mindedly got that vision in their head of what they're gonna do, you can't change their mind. And I don't care how stupid they look and how dumb they look, they're gonna keep doing it. So my best bet is I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. So you sleeping in the bed with your mom now, guess who going on vacation with their dad? Me. And don't talk about me and my dad ain't close as you and your mom. I don't care. I'm going to bed and we're going to sleep in one bed. We're going to a vacation without you. And we get in the bed together and sleeping. And you better not say 1 ounce of a word, period.
How would you feel if the husband didn't have a problem at all?
Oh, he'd get cussed out.
If the husband didn't have a problem?
Oh, if the husband didn't have a problem, then we fine.
Yeah.
Then I won't have a problem either.
Okay.
I wouldn't. If you fine with me sleeping in the bed with my dad, I'm fine with you sleeping in the bed with your mom. You fine with me going on vacation? You fine with me going on vacation with my dad and don't take you? I'm fine too. Well, I really don't have a problem then.
Love the Travel said exactly. There's a reason for a vacation. And Stacey said, I've been on vacation with my mom, without my dad, and without my boyfriend. I understand this is mother and daughter.
Yeah, but mother and daughter is different than everything else. And I know it sounds wrong, but like I said in the beginning, there are certain things that I do that I could do in this household that my husband can't do in the household. And it's because I'm a female and he's a male. And even though I don't agree with it, it is what it is. And it's how it looks. That's just what it is. There's just things. I told you things I told you not to do. All the time. There's things I do all the time because what women can do, men can't do. So then, but if it was the other way around, everybody would have a problem the other way around. It would, because it's like, it's not normal. So, you know what I mean? So even though it might be normal in some states or some households because y'all used to it, and the real world, I'm gonna have to call it real world versus our world. It doesn't look good. I mean, I'm just saying because I said the real world because of more society.
Yeah,
John, not as it's more. It's like more common. I guess I'll say it that way. It is what it is. But like I said, usually it just doesn't. You don't see. You see daughter and mother going on vacation together, doing girls things, and they usually have some other people there. You don't really see it the other way around. You don't see mother and son doing vacation around. Not saying they don't. I'm not saying I don't, and you don't see daddy and daughter going on vacation like that. It's either if the daughter's married, the husband, the daughter, the daddy goes, or the mother, the husband, and however it goes. It's usually three.
Johnny said, "Oh no, we're gonna have to share that." They said the circumstances matter, Lamar. I was close to my dad, and if it was the absolute last resort, I would hop into bed with my dad and sleep head to foot.
Yeah, they didn't say nothing about head to foot. Stay. They didn't have to sleep head to foot at all. And I get what you're saying. Like I said, there's something that made her, unless she's one of those insecure females, if she's not a regular insecure female, there's something that's not vibing with the girl, is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. And we don't know what it is because we're not in a situation. All we hear is mother and son, and that's what we do. So I feel like I should have the weekend.
Johnny acting up in the chat.
Johnny is.
But yeah, with that being said, we gotta welcome in Anthony on the move. He said, "Hello, team. What's up? What's good?
What's up?
All right." The mother and daughter duo said, "We respect. A man can sleep with 30 women, but if we as women do the same, or do it, the ball game changes."
Exactly. And it always been like that. And that's what I'm saying. So I get it. But like even Stacey just said, I was sleeping with my dad head to foot. They didn't say that. Mm-hmm. They sleeping head to head. And again, in my mind, there's nothing going on with the mother and the son.
Yeah.
But in the wife's mind, she knows way more than what we know. All we going off of is the man. And the man never sees what his mom's doing anyway. So if the woman is not feeling good, we need to understand why. He said, "I would suck the knuckles off them toes."
I mean, you so comfortably read that. A smiley said, "I'm new here." What's your relation? I'm her favorite nephew.
He is not my favorite nephew. He's just my nephew. I don't know why he's lying. He lost 2 court cases.
But I mean, like with that being said, the mother and daughter duo, I definitely see what you're saying.
Thank you for the heart,
it is it's definitely it's definitely an interesting dynamic with it. Stacey, she said, "I think the wife needs to chill," and that's Stacey.
See, Stacey, that's what I'm saying. I'm not feeling that because I'm just not gonna discredit her feeling. I'm just not because literally there got to be some reason why the wife feels the way she is.
And honestly, I feel like just to completely weigh in on the situation. Bottom line, this is the situation right now, but there's definitely some underlying undertones to the whole situation. Mm-hmm. And apparently the wife is feeling insecure of her mother-in-law, and there's a reason for that. And that's why she is making these comments and jabbing as a way to, kind of like, I guess, indirectly get to the situation. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I think that's what the whole problem is. I don't think it's necessarily them being in the same bed. We can go on and say all that, but I think it really is just the fact that the wife is not secure. She doesn't feel like she has security when it comes to the mother-in-law. And at the end of the day, when it comes to men or women, nobody wants to be trumped in the relationship. Nobody wants to feel like they're not the priority. And so if she already is going in and they're on this vacation by themselves and she's already feeling a little less than, then when they're in this situation, of course, she's going to get at the husband any type of way to get under his skin. Yeah. Because that's how she's feeling every day as she walks in a relationship with, or their marriage with the mother-in-law. Mm-hmm. But Stacey, she said, "Yep, that was a jab. Footsie with your mom." I'm just saying, these jabs getting thrown for whatever reason they come.
She said she also agree with you.
Yeah,
like,
it's definitely.
But yeah, it is. And I'm not lying and saying it ain't a jab. I'm just saying I probably would be one of the people for jabs too. You know.
Well, we know this though.
You know this.
Yeah, no. But we going with that being said.
It is what it is. Like
with that being said,
if I feel uncomfortable, you don't move. It's gonna be on. But like I'm a different type too, and Chris can vouch for that too. Like if I felt that way, I would let her know just as well as I let him know it ain't happening. Y'all sleep in the same bed if you want to. Mm-hmm. Y'all might not wake up together, right?
Okay, listen, you ain't gotta come there with the threat. And see, I think this is the reason why we're gonna segue to the next question right here.
Because I know how women come, like women becoming. I'm sorry, I've seen some mothers and they becoming hardcore, and because mothers come really hardcore. They come like truly, they be hardcore, and then and for some reason the wife or the woman be like, oh, want to be all submissive and try to be respectful, and I'll be like, we two grown women, so let me just put it this way: at this castle, I'm the queen.
And I think that's definitely the problem. I mean,
and I run this castle.
You gotta, at some point, leave your parents. You gotta leave as a wife. You gotta leave your mother, leave your father, and the same vice versa. And that's in terms of to become one with your partner. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's really what it is. But in a situation like this, is definitely because there is some insecurity given for whatever reason. And Stacey said, how do you feel about people kissing their parents on the lips? I personally am not one for that at all. I think that's just very strange. But again, I mean, that's a cultural thing. That's definitely something that differs from people's beliefs. But for me personally, it's just very off-putting, especially when you see that. I mean,
I'm gonna tell you right now.
My whole thing is, right?
I wish Chris would.
So I'm just saying, my whole thing is, it seems very uncomfortable. I think once you get to a certain stage of life, and I guess that stage is subjective, but when you get in that stage, kissing on the lips definitely got to stop. I would say even as far as you being high school, you definitely shouldn't be. It just looks weird. I mean, as much as we, like I said, it's a person to person belief, and it's very subjective. That just from the outside looking in, and maybe it's society, we could be brainwashed or whatever, but it just does not look right. It don't look correct.
Yeah.
If a mom is just straight up lip on lip smooching the son, is like, what's going on here? Let alone if a grown man is doing that to his daughter, then we're gonna start thinking a myriad of things. So it's more so. I don't agree. Like Leather Travel says, on the cheeks is okay.
Cheek, forehead, I mean, on the cheek, all around
everywhere but the lip.
It just don't touch the.
Don't be getting into the intimate zones. If you feel like you kiss your wife that way.
They try to say a forehead is intimate. I ain't never understood how.
I mean, even if a forehead is a different level than the cheek, right? If you want to say it's an intimate thing, right? You want to say the forehead. That's still in range of intimacy with your child.
Thank you, Keith.
That could be an elevated kiss on the cheek. We're having a very maybe emotional moment. You're crying or something like that, and you give the kiss on the forehead. Whatever it is.
You kiss me on the forehead.
Whatever it is.
Cheek,
I just
here.
It don't. None of that matters.
Kissing me on the lips.
None of that matters. We just not doing no kiss on the lips.
That's it.
It just looks strange. I mean, even if a daughter and a mother was kissing each other on the lips, you get that like the what is going on.
That don't look right either.
Like but anyway, thanks for that question, Stace. But we can easily hop off of that one. We're gonna go ahead and get to the next question. If y'all have any relationship related questions, drop them in the chat.
Yeah.
But this one right here is about husband and a wife. Again, we on the husband and wives right now.
Yeah.
But they are, I say middle class. They're definitely in a little bit of debt, and so in the wife's perspective, the wife is trying to get financially free. She's kind of done with debt. She's tired of living a little bit under the water. She's trying to get her head up, trying to survive. Thrive. They survive, and she's trying to be thriving. But the husband right now wants to go ahead and buy a dog, and dog. Okay. A dog. It's not just a dog. A pair of dogs. You get 2 dogs.
And dog.
No. And they've been talking about these dogs for a while. And, once they were married, this is a known conversation that they were going to have these dogs. They were going to get these dogs. And there was a certain time frame on everything. Everything was kind of negotiated and talked about. But now that as they're inching closer and closer to the situation, and this is just a $10,000 endeavor or something like that. They're very expensive dogs, but they talked about this.
This is my nephew.
They talk about all this. Yeah. We're not married. I'm her favorite nephew.
No,
but
this is my nephew. Not
so with that being said, they talked about this. They had this negotiation before, but now that they're getting closer and closer to the situation, she is now talking about the debt and how she's trying to live debt free and not recur more debt. And the husband is kind of feeling, he doesn't want to be too selfish in the situation, but he kind of feels like that's a slap in the face because they did talk about this and they talked about it on these terms.
Yeah.
And he's really looking forward to having these dogs. And point being, they actually got the dogs, and now she's very resentful of the dogs. So now she is not really trying to take care of the dogs or be involved with the dogs because of this situation. How do you feel about that?
Well, this is why you have to be really careful when you're making plans with your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
This goes both ways, not just in a situation. You want to make plans because the one person is going to really be staying focused on keeping the dog. Like they want the dog. Like he wants the dog. Whatever you plan, they're looking at it. So if you gave them this deadline, that's a deadline you're going to have to do. So if you didn't want to incur any debt or be debt free, you should have thought about that before you said I do and gave a date of when you're going to do it.
Yeah.
So now you're doing it. Get over it. Stop it, throwing a tantrum and acting like a baby and deal with it and love the dang dogs.
I mean, that's kind of his problem. He's like, I understand she didn't want to take on the debt, but now we got these dogs and now she acting resentful towards the dogs. He don't really feel like that's right. And it's not like they can now return these dogs because, if they return them, you ain't going to get the full price.
No, she just
and you shouldn't sell off the dogs. I mean, this is a monument that they want their whole, during their relationship. Trey Pounds, I'm her favorite nephew. But we got to welcome somebody, and we're going to go ahead and welcome and sliding on through with the cluckery. We got Big Rooster Show. He said West Coast family. What's good, Big Rooster? How you doing? All right. Yeah, we got Big Rooster in the section.
No, this is my nephew. There's no favorite to it, and that's just it.
But anyway, with that being said,
so
I think in that situation right there, we're gonna
it's her fault. She's in the wrong, and she needs to get over herself and stop throwing a tantrum and just woman up and love the dogs. You were agreeing to it way before, so why are you acting like you can't do it now? So stop doing that. I
see both sides.
I don't.
I see both sides because, of course, in the wife's perspective, if you feeling like you just about to get above water, now you feeling like, these dogs are really going to dent our account or so on and so forth. Now,
a baby does but babies dent your account. Sometimes they come as a surprise.
We've been swimming in the debt and we're getting above water.
I get
feeling
that.
Good. But at the same time, in the husband's perspective, you did set this goal, you set this point, and it is very difficult to navigate through that. We got to stay saying plans change. There could have been a compromise, like getting a rescue, a turtle. They can barely take care of themselves. And Stacey said, dang, Lenore, we ain't on the same page today.
Because one thing I do, again, I say this often, and I'm very clear on this.
Yeah.
When men and women are totally different creatures. They just really are. Mm-hmm. And even though we're human beings, we act like they are not different and they don't think differently than we do.
Yeah.
So if we sit here and talk about when we get married, we're going to get these dogs. These are going to be our babies. That's all he's been waiting for. So he's been doing everything that the woman has told him to do to get this dog. And now it's time to get the dog. And now she threw another wrench in there. Yeah. And I guarantee you, before he went and got these dogs, and she had to agree, I guarantee you, she was either buying something, shopping, doing something, spending money.
To get that debt, it didn't come out of nowhere.
Yeah, and so then now it's like she can buy whatever she wants, but let's not buy these dogs. And then I know how the woman is like, well, see, with the dogs, you got medical bills, you got to feed them, you got to get their shots and all this.
Was talked about
yeah.
before is the problem. They said financial freedom is more important than the pet. And hey, Stace, listen, that's subjective right there, because I would say, for me, I'm not taking on no pet, especially if we're not in a financial free spot. If I feel like I'm gonna be going in debt over it, I mean, at that stage in life, we just now getting above water, and you're gonna get in debt. That's just me personally. But in this situation, you do have to look at the promise that was made, and it has to be fulfilled. And if you're saying everything is all okay, everything, you're giving a green light, and then now as we're approaching that stop, now
why are they above water? Why are they?
What's going on?
Why are they financially in debt? Because if we go, we could be financially in debt because of our wedding. And I already say I get mad when people do big weddings. Like, don't do big weddings. Say you've been married for a while, because you be doing these people be doing big weddings and can't even make it a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. No, then we ain't doing it. Let's just not do it. Why are we now in debt? Because when we were before here, we were just fine to get pets, and now we changed. What spending happened?
Because
if it's her, I'm sorry, say. If it was her spending money, doing stuff, and it's okay for her to buy this and buy that because it's not a monthly bill, it's not a so-and-so bill, but it could be if you just stop buying that, we could take care of this dog over here. That's how I'm looking at it, because apparently when she was all agreeing, and I think what it was, that she was all agreeing to it. Oh yeah, baby, because when you're in love and you're kissing, you ain't married yet. Oh yes, love. Yes, I want to get the 2 dogs. You want 2 dogs? I want 2 dogs. That one could be yours. Mine. Yes. And then you said I do, and that other lady came out because she now got the ring, and I do. The other lady came out, and she probably don't even want dogs. I don't even like dogs.
Stacey said they need to rediscuss their priorities before they got those dogs. I agree. It's too late for a tantrum. Stacey said they could just be living above their means, or they could have had an emergency. And Stacey said they didn't say that, Lenora. You're reaching.
No, the reason I say that is because usually it changes when a man is really not. You get some men that they got things that they love to spend money on, and they can spend. They get their shoes, cars, whatever, their motorcycle, whatever the men love to do, games, PlayStation, whatever. They got their thing. But if you make an agreement with that man and say this is what it is, this is what it is, and he doesn't see the change. So you can sit here and say financial this or financial that. If that man doesn't see there's a financial burden, he gonna keep going. If he sees there's a financial burden, he's still gonna fight a little, but he more understanding, and we can wait a little bit longer to deal with it and get a pet. But for them to have gotten a pet, she had to have agreed to it because she got tired of his mouth. But that means she can't shop like she normally shops. Booyah. That's what I believe.
That's what you. I mean, I think.
Yeah, because that's how men are, especially cheap men.
I think in this situation, just in general, you have to look at strictly what's going on, and that's that this was promised. They had this discussion and everything, and Stacey, even when she's saying, if they needed to rediscuss their priorities before they got the dog, then that should be a point of conversation. But also, I can kind of see what you're saying. If they were already in debt, or the reason that they got in debt was nothing like an emergency or anything like that, and we've just been casually strolling on by through debt, then it's kind of hard for me to see the other perspective, because if y'all are used to debt, then what's so different now when you are trying to fulfill the promise?
For me, I'm still in this weird world about this situation. And I'm going to say this because me and Stacey is really going at it today. But I'm going to really say it this way. You and the man had this discussion before you got married that you guys are going to get a dog. these 2 dogs, and these particular dogs you're gonna get, and this is what you guys wanted to agree on, and this is the things that you want. And this had to happen after we get married. This is that, whatever the situation is. And we have now, I'm gonna just say $1,000 in the bank. Because I just know if we're gonna do it, we gonna make sure we have $1,000 in the bank. I'm just saying. So you reached all the goals. So now the man is saying, hey, I reached the goals. Let's get our dogs. And then you're going, we're barely above water, and $1,000 is really not that much. And and then he's like, well, if you stop buying shopping at Amazon and Temu, and shut up, Chris. And if you stop shopping here, we would have the money. But I'm shopping for the house. And these are things that we need. And he's going, we didn't need this $100 garbage can. We didn't need this $2,000 vacuum cleaner. We don't really need these things. And she couldn't argue no longer, so they got to pay. Now she's mad because she can't get that $5,000 microwave. That's how I look at it. That's how I take the conversation. Your perspective of things. No, really, because like I said, men are very simple-minded. Not in a mean way, but like when they want something and you agree to it, they're my husband tells me all the time, I can go to the store and get exactly what I want.
Yeah, exactly.
You go in the store, you got to look at everything, and you come out with everything, except for sometimes the stuff that you went into the store for. Okay, Chris, I don't need you to co-sign for real. So that's what I'm saying. So when men have that, I don't think they were like, oh, we owe $50,000 and he still wants these 2 dogs. I don't believe that was a situation. Yeah. I just don't. No, well, that doesn't sound like a man's character unless he's just horrible with money, like really horrible. Like horrible.
We're going to go ahead and welcome somebody in. The snake is not working. We're going to welcome in Reptile
Dysfunction.
Reptile said, you got a pet, you got a responsibility. If your dog goes missing, you don't want to look for an hour and call it. You don't want to look for an hour and call it quits. You get your out there and you find that dog. All right. He said, pets aren't expensive unless they end up having medical problems, which isn't something you can really foresee. But when you're broke, it's tough having pets. When they start having health problems.
Yeah, and then David Slider said, you cannot change nobody but yourself, and that God wants to change yourself.
Stay said.
Jody said exactly.
See, that's a discussion before getting the dogs. Personally, I wouldn't want to change my lifestyle over a $10K dog either. But
you shouldn't have never agreed to it. And that's the thing about it. Point blank, simple. She shouldn't have never agreed.
And that's not what you wanted to do. That's really the main problem is because I can see everything. I can see both sides because nobody wants to be financially burdened. But people, this idea didn't come out of nowhere. Clearly, the way he's explaining it, and we only can go off of that. The way he's explaining it, this is something that's been discussed for a while. And most likely before they even got married, people always dream up their scenarios. Oh, we're going to be like this when we get our first place. Then we're going to get our dogs. Then we're going to get this. And we're going to have this nice house, so on and so forth. So I think, this was part of the dream, part of the objective, and as they getting closer and closer to the objective, now they out of debt. They cleared the debt. Or just about clearing the debt. And he ready for his dogs, and now she's like, kick that to the curb.
She probably looked at that money and said, "Oh, we can put it on
exactly.
This, so we can get a new car. We can
that's exactly what probably the vision was. Is there's so many different ways that this money could be allocated, but at the end of the day, what was promised was promised. Yeah. So it is kind of hard to really lean in her direction because if you say this is going to happen, it's got to happen. Yeah, because if it was the other way around, and that's always how we have to look at things. Yeah. If she wanted to get this or put this $10K, or doesn't even matter what the money size amount. It could be $100. It could be $100,000. Wherever she wanted to have that money put, it needs to be the same energy, vice versa. Because that's a relationship. It's only fair if y'all do that,
And Jody said, "Oh, dang it." That's like me having a pet bull that eats like crazy. It can be expensive. Yeah. And I like to say, you can get surprised and have a kid, and it's gonna cost way more money than the dog. But you wouldn't want him to go, we don't want the kid, go get rid of it. You'd be mad. Yeah. And I know it ain't the same to some people, but some people feel the same way about their dogs people feel about kids. And then David said he can't change you. Only time you got doing some self sometimes to that God about you. So basically, I'm taking it. You can't sometimes he can't change what he already had in mind, but sometimes God could, and she should have prayed about it.
All right. Well, and and E-Reptile is saying, who is getting a $10,000 dog? I missed so much of the conversation. You getting a $10K dog, we're getting a divorce. Anthony on the Move said, it's usually a big, understandable disappointment when one has expectations based on the agreement, when the agreement is breached. And definitely, Stay, she said, so is she not allowed to change her mind? What if we're talking about a baby? What if they agreed to not have kids and then one of them changed their mind? Definitely worth a major discussion.
I'm gonna get to Stay in a minute. Jody said, I have 2 boys. My oldest works but he
buys his own stuff.
But the youngest wears men's small.
He is expensive.
Yeah. And then I understand by swap. Okay. And back to you, Stacey. Yes, you could change your mind. You could do all that. But at the same time, just like the girl is throwing a temper tantrum, the guy can throw a temper tantrum too. One thing, and I say this all the time, even in my book that hopefully will be released soon. Even in my, I hate when you do that.
No, just because what Stacey said.
Every time. Sorry, but you do it every time.
It was just very.
So why did you read ahead? If you can't control your behavior, then you should not read ahead.
Not if I can't control my behavior. It was just very funny. You caught me off guard.
Apparently, when you read and I'm talking, you laugh. So stop.
All right. Well, okay. Let's get into your.
Go ahead, because you felt like you laughed, and apparently what I had to say wasn't important.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just reading what Stacey said. She said, "Oh, Stacey's you got to get to her in a minute." Is what she was saying. But yeah, go ahead.
I'm done now.
Are you not going to?
No, you keep doing that. Every time you do it, I'm going to stop. Okay. But not only time wants you to do yourself to that, what I say. Yeah. And my thing is, I think that's the problem is people's words are not important anymore. Their yes, and their no's and their no's are not important. So their character is not important anymore. We could do it and change whatever we want. And if we don't like it, we can throw a tantrum.
Well, E-Reptile right here says, if I get a pet, it stays my pet until the day it dies. Mm-hmm. I have a small dog, and that irritates the out of me, but I chose to get him. So he'll be around until he kicks the bucket.
That's right.
But yeah, I think just in general, it is worth talking about, but I think it's also the fact that as we getting closer and closer to what was promised, it would definitely be a problem if you're making or setting goals within a relationship, and then as you're getting closer to it, it's never being met. Like, oh, once we save up to get to this, then we're gonna get a house, or we're gonna get to this, and then we have the money and we're not doing that. Then of course it's a problem, I mean, because you're setting these goals, and as in a relationship, you're both in agreement. So if you were both in agreement on getting the dog, and now as we step into the dog and that has not happened, I definitely understand fully why there's a problem. And there's even if y'all can't financially do the dogs, like you said earlier, you're going to have to deal with the temper tantrum. You're going to have to deal with whatever, but because this was talked about. And I think that's really the problem in general with making these long-term goals or objectives and stuff that you're not fully interested in or can't put your full foot in for. Don't make a promise that you're not going to be able to really keep, because if we're getting closer and closer to it, now you're dialing things back and things, oh, maybe instead of spending that $10,000, we should only spend $5,000 or $3,000, or wasn't $1,000 good enough when you already have in your mind what the budget is, what the range is. it doesn't really feel good to have your expectations not met. And so I think on both ends you should try to really keep each other up with that. Meet each other's expectations. If you guys have a goal, get to that goal. You guys got an objective, get it done. Um, Stacey said the tantrum is excessive, and she can agree there. But when you're growing and something else is important, the goals need to be discussed, readjusted, compromised, etc. And Stacey said, yes, Eli, the compromise. I mean, but some things are non-compromisable, or you don't want to really make that compromise. And I can understand you not wanting to make that compromise. If I had in my mind that I'm not a dog person, but say it's a big purchase, and I have it in my mind. Let's say it was a car. We're gonna get this car. It's my dream car. I've been wanting this car all my life, and as we're before we get married, and as we are getting married, whatever stage we're talking about it, and say, oh, in about three years we'll have enough money saved up to get the car. Now, if we are just a little close to it or very close to it, or wherever we are, I have in my mind we're gonna get this car, and we prepared, we've done everything, and now that we have all this money saved, or we've got all the resources, now you're saying, oh, this money should go towards this or house or whatever, everywhere but the car. That's where the problem is.
David Slider said, be better without a relationship, just love yourself. And that's what God likes, just yourself. But when you're married, that's a different subject right there.
Stacey says, where you reading the other comments? I only see mines and Stacey's. Stacey said they're streaming on another platform too. Yeah. And E-Reptile said you gotta run, catch us later.
Okay, Reptile, thank you for stopping by. We appreciate the conversation piece with us.
But yeah, well, how do you feel about compromising that situation? Do you feel like that is a case or no?
Oh no, I don't feel like it's a case. And only because I'm very adamant when I stay in a relationship before you get married, to discuss every issue that you're gonna have, so you don't have it in your relationship. And I tell people this a lot of times because there's certain things people want, and if they're not gonna get it from you, then this is something to think about before you get married. So, excuse me, you need to talk about financial before you get married. You need to talk about if you want to have kids before you get married. The dogs, apparently, before you get married. These are conversations you need to talk about, because these could be deal breakers if you get married. Because if one person wants a kid and one person don't, why are you getting married to this person? Because you cannot then say we're married and we should compromise and change and have kids. And this goes vice versa. I know it's hard because people don't understand that dogs are like people's kids, so they don't look at it as the same way. But if you agreed to having these dogs, and you could have said, no, I don't want these dogs, and that could have been you not getting married to this person. So that is something that I think is one of those things that you got to find out if it's a deal breaker. There's a lot of deal breakers. Like, I had a lot of deal breakers. Like, this, it was just a lot. It was like a little long one, because I wanted to be absolutely positively making sure I marry the right person that's meant for me. Because I had got married before and then got a divorce, and I didn't have no way of making it work. You know what I mean? I didn't have no way of making sure. So this way, I just was like diary of the mouth of everything that I wanted in my husband that I wanted. And if Chris couldn't do it, then okay, he wasn't a husband for me. But it would have been unfair if he would have told me he could do everything, and then we got married. So, nah, that, I didn't want to do that. Like, so you basically lied to me and had me hoping for something, and then talking about we should compromise. Well, you should understand, no, because I gave you my list before. I even asked for your list. I wanted us to both make sure that it was something that we could do for each other. So when we got married, that's a goals that we were walking by. It's like doing a business plan before your business. If you're an entrepreneur, you write down your business plan of everything you want, even in 5-year terms and 10-year terms. You write all this stuff down. It's not something you're guessing at. And to sit here and be like, oh, you see this big chunk of money and you want to keep that for a rainy day. Well, you should have saved up for 20,000, so you got 10 over here and 10 for the dogs because that was what it is. And I didn't know the dogs was $10,000. But yeah,
well, that's together because it's 2 dogs. I mean, it's just expensive
I can't
dogs.
spend 1,000, but yeah. And David started to say that means your life will be so good. I promise you. I love myself and take myself on dates. I haven't done it lately, but oopsie. Hold on, y'all. I did something. You need to get DJ. Let me know. That's all that matters. That's the true for real. Yes. And
all right. But yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and welcome somebody in. We're gonna go ahead and welcome in my mother. We've got Mother Earth Consultant. She said, "Hey everyone, sorry I'm so late."
Oh, no problem. Stacey just been yelling at me.
Stacey said, "But everyone's feelings are valid here.
Yeah,
I agree about the deal breaker, but are the dogs a deal breaker?"
Yeah.
I mean, I think
that's why the dogs
really
got accepted and that they ended up buying the dogs because it was a deal breaker. I just think that's what it is. And now she's just throwing a tantrum. I really do. Because,
I mean, and I mean, that's really what the problem is. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. You don't want, I don't know. We have this goal set, right? The last thing I want, we get the goal. I go ahead and purchase these dogs, or I purchase this car, purchase this TV, whatever it be. It could be something small. I got a laptop, I got a phone, whatever it is. And then now you were resenting, and you got something to say about it or making comments about it when we agreed on this thing. Like, let's say I got the phone. I accidentally dropped the phone or something. It don't even get a neck on it. But then you say, oh, that's how you're going to spend our money or something like that. Then I'm going to be like, what's the problem today? And that's how he's feeling with the dogs. He's feeling like now you're acting resentful towards me. You don't even want to fully give your all to this dog. And you said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go at it together. And then we're not getting that. We're not getting a team. And that's really the language that was driven in the question. He was saying he just wants them to be back together as the team instead of the resent that she is feeling. He wants to know how to get back on the same page from this event.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're getting close to the end, so we need to come through with another question here.
Well, if you guys are done with it, okay.
Do you have anything else you want to say about it? Mm-mm. I mean, I feel like we were kind of not really getting too many places.
Well, once you cut me off, I'm not going to say as much as I used to. I told you about that.
Well, we're going to get into the next one. This next one is the boyfriend. All right, boyfriend and girlfriend, they get together, and she's moving in. All right, so the boyfriend has invited his girlfriend to move in, and she moves into the house. But little did she know, with her moving in shortly after, just about his whole family moved into the house. And so now she feel like she done got hit with the rigmarole. She's not really sure what's going on with this situation. And now she's just about ready to break up, pack her bags, and leave. And the boyfriend is kind of confused, like, what's going on? You come and live with me. And my family, apparently they fell on hard times or something. So I got everybody over here. What's the problem? So how do you feel about that situation right there?
Stacey, we're going to have to go against each other again. I just feel like you're going to have something different than what I have to say, Stacey.
Maybe not.
But I'm going to just say this. One thing people got to understand, and this is so true. When you're dating somebody, you get married to somebody, you are not marrying their family. I know people say that you are not. When I dated Chris, I didn't date his mama, brother, sister, cousin. I didn't, and nor was I going to. I'm just not going to. You have a good day too, David. Thank you so much for the communication. I love it. I'm just not doing it. I'm just not. So you invited me to live with you, which I'm going to just say don't do, but you did. And now the whole family moved in. I
Full
don't
house.
think, yeah, you don't have to break up with him. Just move
Full
out.
house.
You're not married. That's the good thing about it. You're
Yeah.
not married. So move out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you can't say you can't have your family here because you're living in his house. So I don't care how much you guys acting like a couple, you're in his house. So he's gonna be able to overrule the whole thing. Now until you get married or until you guys buy a house together, it is his house. So the best thing for you to do is get your stuff, pack it up, get you a place, and move out. Ta-da! You ain't gotta break up.
Mother and daughter duo said to all, have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you, mother and
take
daughter
care,
duo.
mother
I'm gonna
and
check
daughter
the
duo.
channel out today.
I think in that situation is like, honestly, there is no hardcore commitment. I mean, it's a boyfriend and girlfriend, but shoot, I mean, if you invite me to the house, just in general, me and the woman's perspective, you invite me to the house,
Mhm.
I have one thing in my mind, and that's me and you being there together. If anybody's coming over, it's in and out. It's not staying for a long period of time and all that. And of course, discussion matters a lot in this situation. Apparently, none of this stuff was discussed. So in her mind, she's saying, "You want me to come live over there? We just living together, me and you.
Yeah, bless you.
Not you and your uncle, your cousin, your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother. You know, it just seemed like that is not what the expectation was.
Yeah.
And so when you got your expectation and then reality hit, it's just Stay said, I agree, Lenore. Finally, whole family can't come.
I'm saying.
Mother said communication is the key in this situation. Now, I think it's also the fact that, it seemed like this is a surprise on her. He didn't run by nothing with her. Like, oh, my cousin, my uncle, my mom, my brother, whoever it is, has fallen a financial ruin and they need to get with me real quick to get back up. That's a conversation you guys could have, because if she was living at a place, had a roommate, had her own place or whatever the situation was, she could have just tacked on another month or something like that until they get squared away. But usually when you got family, it's an indefinite situation.
Yeah, but the way you made it sound is she moved in and then they moved in. So
no, that's exactly how it happened.
So my thing is this, like literally,
she moved in.
I just moved in with my boo, even though I do not agree with living without being married.
Yeah.
But if I just moved in with my boo, and the other family's there, we have no time for
that's the big problem. It's like, where's the where's that supposed to be?
Yeah, I'm trying to, we playing house.
Yeah.
So we ain't get married, so we playing house. Like,
and we can't even play house.
We can't play house.
We got roommates.
Yeah.
What kind of house is this?
And then family, they come in, they've got their own opinion, their own mindset. And this is their family's house, so they thinking they running something. Because I know I would.
You just the girlfriend.
Yeah,
you ain't even the wife.
Exactly. I know that's how it would be. Let me go over to stay with my brother and his girlfriend there. You ain't even on the lease. Like, this is my brother's house. You ain't got nothing to say. If I want to cook this whole pack of bacon and throw it in the garbage, the only person got something to say is my brother, and he ain't saying nothing. So shut up. We get a little cocky like that in families. We do. So we don't be liking it, and I guarantee you, she probably ain't liking it. I'm not saying that they doing what I just said, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, you can't tell me nothing. Just you coming up with that aggression. What you supposed to do? You feeling really highly upset or mad at one of these family members. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah. And the person said we ain't married, and the family will tell you y'all not married. Like everybody gonna tell you.
I think that's really the problem. Stacey said it's really an individual decision. I might be more understandable if there was a hurricane and at the time frame there was 1 month or less. If I couldn't deal with the family, I'd leave.
Yep.
I mean, and whatever reason could happen. There's so many different reasons, and I can always understand somebody trying to open up their house to something, but it's the fact of the matter that you just asked this girl, your girlfriend, to come live with you. And then, y'all can't even have that time to play house because y'all ain't married. You ain't even got time to play house.
Exactly.
Because you already got Uncle Frank over here.
Exactly. David Slider said, if a relationship don't work out, just love you and God. That's so it's like that. Well, yeah, that's what it is. It is what it is. I'm gonna have to say, because I'm gonna just tell you right now, we need time. And I don't think you discussed it with her. I think she just was like, what?
Well, I think that's definitely what the problem is. It just seemed like this was all thrown in. Now you got me, now you got your family, one after the other. And it seemed like before she could even enjoy the situation, you got the family over. So
we don't know.
It's just something you got to look at,
They was like, so I promise you, yes. I understand, because I'm telling you, it ain't working out too well.
Well, we got somebody sliding on through saying, what it do, crew?
We've
got Nicole Reeves. Welcome in, Nicole.
Yeah.
All right. They said, it would have to be a natural disaster and the entire city's on fire. If you just falling on hard times, that's a lot.
Yeah, exactly. It's a whole bunch of family members. They all just falling, everybody just out of their house at the same time.
Exactly.
And something happened.
Exactly. I mean, just imagine that living arrangement. Hopefully got a big place, but I don't think he does if he just asking her to live in it. It's like, but anyway, Prince Daniel said, these are some very interesting topics. They already have my mind racing. I hope I don't get caught on no vacation with my wife's mother.
I'm telling you. I'm just telling you. It don't look right. I'm just letting you know. Sometimes it'll be all right, but I think she's going through some things over there still. But yeah,
that situation.
Yeah, that was a whole crazy situation. But like I said, even this one, it's just like I said, you take it out of context here to say, hey baby, let's live together. I don't know if I want to live with you. No,
this all cute and everything, and then you get
there. Yeah, no.
Then you gotta.
What?
Yeah,
what?
you got your sister in the kitchen. What y'all want for breakfast? It's like, what's going on here? You waking up.
Exactly.
You hear yelling, hollering, people trying to get ready for school. It's like, oh my goodness, what's going on?
Yeah, exactly.
Just fully jumping into the chaos. So with that situation, we're all saying, what do you feel like your final thought on that one is?
The final thought for that one is move out.
Move out.
You don't have to really break up. I don't know why the first thing we think about is breaking up. You ain't got to break up with them. Just move out. Just like
you can't do that situation. Yeah.
We ain't ready for this next level. Sorry. When we get to the next level, we can be, but we're not there yet.
Well, Stage said she summed it up by saying, I value my peace, and this situation doesn't seem peaceful.
It don't. And it will mess up. I don't like it. And especially since now that, all my kids are grown, and all I have is my daughter, and she's knocking on the door of 18. It's more peaceful. Like, I don't have a lot of noise in the house or anything, so I don't know how to deal with noise anymore. So if I have my family coming over here and I have a kid come over here, I'd probably be like this, what's going over here? Like, I don't know. I've been trying to have my godchildren over here. And it's different from the other house, because they've been at each house with me. They ain't been over here.
Yeah.
So now they come over here, I probably look at them like, what you doing? Because we quiet. Like, we like this.
Exactly.
All we do is chill. We either doing business, watching TV, or playing crazy games that my daughter done have been there while we're sitting here watching TV.
So everything outside of that range, is messing with your pieces. So if you was to have that situation happen with
my goddaughter come over here, we be looking at it like this. That's why I say come on the weekend, because we at the pop-up market, so we gotta have a little energy in it. We ain't got that piece at the park, thing. And she's a good salesperson, so ain't nobody gonna beat her in selling. So
but if you was right now in this young lady's foot, in her shoes,
I wouldn't be in the shoes. I would have already moved out.
You would have just been no way, Jose.
Well, I would just be honest with you.
You wouldn't even be in that situation.
I would have never moved in with a dude. I don't.
But say just on the whim you slipped in that situation,
I would have moved out.
And you just had to step out full force. Are you hop, skipping, or jumping out the situation?
Shoot, by the time he came home, I would have been out.
So you're just gonna teleport out of the situation.
He'd be like, I came home. Where you at? Oh, I'm putting my stuff in the new my apartment. You moved out? Yeah, you got family. And I don't want to be in the middle of all you and your family. But you can always come and visit, and I'll come over there and spend a night sometime. But you can really just come to my house. Thank you. Because, you know, people don't understand their peace. And I'm saying it as I'm the woman that always had my family stay with me. Yeah. And it wasn't like I had a lot of adults stay with me. I've had all my cousins or my little sisters staying with me. So I've always had somebody living with us that were children or something like that. That's why it's so funny. I don't think I can handle kids now. But that's how it is. You know, I was the one, but I did always talk to Chris about it and everything. But that was one of the things that Chris already knew about me. So it wasn't like it was a shock. Again, communication goes a long way. You know that about somebody up front. So don't come down and say when you're married, and Chris would have been like, well, I don't like that. Then why did you marry me? Because I done gave you the list. I didn't leave anything hanging where you had to find out. You saw me who I was completely from the beginning to the end. That's why I'm so adamant about stuff like communication, especially before you get married, because there's so many deal breakers that we don't sometimes know. So you really need to think about those things. And mine was family. But, you know, I get tired of family faster than Chris would have. So I was doing more of the, you know, why y'all still here? And I make them feel uncomfortable. Nobody was comfortable in my house. And it wasn't because of Chris. They was comfortable with Chris. They was like, ooh, please, when is Lenora going to work? Well, she's still here? Yeah, because I'm coming in.
Ready for you to hop out.
Yeah, and I was the shoe. Don't make nobody ever feel comfortable at your house because then they never leave. Shoot. That's just how that is. So I'd have been moved out.
Well, Stacey's giving us the situation that she was in. She said, I was in a situation where I took a guy's daughter in because they needed help. The guy eventually came. It was chaos. I gave the 3-month date to get out and strictly enforced that.
Exactly. That's how you do it. Well, say, you got to. Because people will play on your emotions. And people, you know, and people, I'm going to just tell you this right now. People use their kids to get what they want. Yeah. So that's why people have a lot of kids or have kids. Not a lot, just have kids. Because they do it with one kid. I mean, they do. Because they know you're not going to let the kids sleep outside and be homeless. They know you're not going to let the kid go without because we care for the kids, you know. So they know that. So they'll play on that. Me and Stacey, we on the same page. We don't
get
care.
Out.
You don't care about your kids. I don't care. Like I said, the kid can stay, but you got to go.
Yeah,
peace.
Exactly.
But I agree with Stacey on there. You got to go. You can't be messing up my home. My home is my peace, and that's why I even try to tell women when they're in relationships. You know, your husband's home is their peace. If they ain't comfortable coming home, then you know you can best bet y'all relationship ain't gonna last too much longer. They got to be peaceful at home. If it ain't peaceful at home, he ain't gonna be there long. Sad but true.
Not sad but true.
It is because we be, you know, women, we got roller coasters in us. You know, when men are flat toned, they just we like this, and that's why we bump heads because it's like they emotionless robots, and then when they throw a tantrum, it's like what you throwing a tantrum, you all the way through. Where we've been like this the whole time, you can't even catch the wave.
My goodness. But anyway, Stacey's in here says, yeah. No, the kids had to go too. They were teenagers.
Oh yeah, they got to go. Teenagers. If you think you grown, will be grown outside. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna be grown in the house with me.
Outside.
Yeah.
You don't really know it's outside when the rain hits.
When that thunder comes, that storm comes, you be like, whoa, yeah. We ain't doing. We ain't going there. No. I'm gonna just have to say no to that. So yeah. Yepper.
No,
Thank you for the hearts. Yes.
I think in a situation like that, it is just like people are easily overstay their welcome, especially when they bring kids in the mix.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they can. I mean, you want to be nice and you want to be respectful at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one paying the bills. You're the one securing the lease, even if they are helping you.
Mm-hmm.
If their help is not, measuring up to the burden that they're now adding on you onto your life, It's like you got to keep your best interest at times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just how things go.
I'm gonna have to agree with that 100%. We are not playing with that.
It's just unnecessary stress.
Yeah,
It's really what it is. And you got control of your life when at the end of the day.
And that's the thing about it is,
situation you put yourself in.
And that still goes with what I've been talking about pretty much all week. Boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Know your boundaries. Keep your boundaries.
Definitely.
And David keeps saying all you need is yourself.
Yeah.
So he is very adamant about all you need is yourself.
And God.
That's it. You and God,
David
and you can get it and go through. Yes. Sometimes we put ourselves in predicaments we don't need to put ourselves in. Period.
No, not at all. You don't even have to entertain the situation, but you'd be so tempted to. And then when you get in the situation, you full swing of things. Now you're sitting here regretful, but really you had the power during this whole ride. You made your bed, you gotta lay in it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So make sure it's very comfortable. You got that memory foam mattress, got a nice pillow, you fluffed up. Maybe you can get a heating blanket or retractable, maybe get a massage on that bed,
Yeah.
Make sure your bed is comfortable. You don't want to be sleeping on some pins and needles.
Yes.
With an air horn next to you with somebody saying, "Oh,
yeah, we don't do that."
I don't know why I had to build that whole situation.
I don't either, but you did, and it's okay. It's okay. You can build what you need to build. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we had some good conversation today. Overall, a lot of different topics.
Yeah, y'all was killing
different topics.
Yeah,
and then people had a lot of different perspective on things. A lot of different insights from personal experience.
Yeah,
you got very, very close to opinions and people's perspective. Like how different things were with that.
Well, that's the thing about it. We all have different mindsets and we all think differently because we all been through something totally different.
Exactly.
So when you think about stuff like that, we do have it. That's why it's good when you can have a discussion like this because then you can hear everybody's opinion about it.
Exactly.
And it'd be nice if people had the questions and actually came on here and talked about it. So then we can ask detailed questions so we can really give our honest opinions. Because I like the fact that me and Stacey kept going against each other. Yeah. Even with Love to Travel with Waves was going against each other because it was the point that we are,
welcome in, David.
No, we're getting ready to get off.
Okay. Yeah.
We are sorry about that. And we love you too, David. That we think totally different doesn't mean that my answers were right and Stacey's answers were wrong or Love to Travel. We all had right answers.
Exactly.
But we all thought of things totally different. We had to think of the other person's scenario. And that's why we stay strong in what we had to say.
Belief, yeah.
Because my scenario was my way. Stacey's scenario was her way. Love to Travel scenario was her way. So we all had our own scenarios that we worked on. It didn't make anybody wrong. It just meant that we really believed it.
Yeah, you was talking about it and why you felt that way.
And we had to make up our own scenarios. We might have had all the same answers at one point if we knew the same scenario. Yeah, but we made our own scenario.
You had to fill in the blanks with a lot of things.
And when you fill in the blanks, that's what you get. So it makes the conversation more lively.
Interesting. Yeah, it definitely does. The less detail you got.
And I loved it. I appreciate it.
Your mother Earth said, you guys have an amazing day. Love you all. We got to welcome in Blue Lotus Vibe by Janetta McLean. Welcome in.
Yes.
She said, fam, much love. She's been listening to the bush.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
All right. We also got to welcome in
Avi.
We got Avi in here.
Yeah.
She said, hey.
Hey.
We also have to welcome in someone who's enjoying retirement. So much she had to put in her YouTube name. We've got Shantirement.
Yeah.
Shantirement. She said, hey, fam. Hopefully you've been having a good day.
Yeah.
But we're going to actually close out. Do you have any final words, any last thing that you wanted to say?
Welcome in, Barbara. My thing is, remember in relationships, the biggest method to having a successful relationship is communication. And what did we talk about on communication? Communication is about what? Listening, understanding. Listening, acknowledging, understanding.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay.
And then,
go ahead.
No, I didn't want to interrupt.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
But I feel like a lot of the situations that we talked about today would definitely been solved by the proper communication.
Honest
whether
communication.
Whether that be listening, communicating,
Acknowledge it.
understand
And don't forget,
acknowledge
you
it.
gotta acknowledge.
Exactly.
Because that's where we are at, and that's what we can tell by the relationship conversation that we had today, that communication was something that we really, truly needed to make the relationship work. And understand, when you say something to your partner, your loved ones, your friends, your kids, your family, and you make a promise to them about something, don't promise something that you can't keep. If you feel like you can't keep it, let them know. Even if you say, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep it. Right now, this is easy for me to say, but I might change my mind. Cause I'm a person, like, I'm a woman that changes her mind constantly. It is. Cause my mind just speeds up and goes fast. But if you vocally say that, then that clears you when you're making a promise. Cause then they be like, well, she probably gonna change her mind. So did you really change your mind again? Cause then they know what they're getting.
Mm-hmm.
But if you a person that change your mind and you're not acknowledging that you change your mind, that's a problem. Because I have a friend, not a friend, I have an associate that swears that she is just one way. And in reality, from what everybody else sees, she is not that one way. So what you think of yourself and come out your mouth, we'll believe you. And then when we see you not matching
living up,
then we look at you and then we don't trust you anymore.
Yeah.
And then there's issues. So you want to be a woman and a man of your word. And remember that, because that goes with that. We can communicate all that stuff, but if we end up being a liar, it doesn't matter.
Mother Earth said active listening.
Yeah, and that's where acknowledgement comes. But the active listening is where acknowledgement comes from, because you got to acknowledge what the person said. So the best way to say it is like, if you lie, tell me something you lie.
I ate a sandwich at Burgerville.
And I go, oh, so you ate a sandwich at Burgerville? Did you enjoy your sandwich at Burgerville?
Oh, yeah, sandwich actually pretty good. I wish it actually had some of the more toppings. They was actually cheaping out, skipping out. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah. So you refer if they would build it up with more
Oh,
condiments.
definitely, because like the last thing you want is when you spent $5 on a burger and then it don't got everything that you want.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I understand. So when you go to Burger King, you want the whole shebang for your $5.
You seen that advertisement? They said, "B can't have it your way. I want my way." They was giving me the highway, not my way.
Yeah.
That was what the problem was.
And then now I could go to Burger King and I know he wants all the toppings, and I'm gonna probably be like, nope, you said I could have it one way. I want the $5, and you showed me on the video that they had all this on it. I needed to be on there. Put it on there. Thank you. And then when he gets his burger, he knew that I listened. I made sure he got what he wanted because I was acknowledging, which is the same as active listening. But you're acknowledging because you're repeating back what they said, not verbatim, but you basically got the gist of what they're saying, especially when you're in an argument, you do that. You know what I mean? When you're in an argument, acknowledge those things that you're saying so that other person can get it. Because sometimes we just go, and then when that person tunes you out because you just went on and on, you feel like
they're not listening.
You felt like they didn't listen. So when they could go, oh no, because you were saying this, and that, and this, and then you wanted it this, and that, and now this. I kind of agree, but I disagree because this, and this, and this, and this, and then we match it up, and then you feel like you were heard. So even if you don't agree, you at least know they heard you. So yeah, Mother did good on saying active listening. So you can say acknowledgement or active listening, either one. But communication is very much the key. And it's just not running your mouth like I'm doing right now. It is also acknowledging, listening, understanding what that person is saying.
And Stacey said, yes, communication, because playing footsie with your mom is too much.
Yes, it is. And see, instead of her throwing jabs, she should have been communicating.
You could have got really directly to the actual root of the problem.
Yeah.
And then he wouldn't sit here with us with the question talking about what's going on.
Exactly. Why you upset? I'm in the bed with my mama. I can be in the bed with my mama. Why you upset?
What's the problem now? Mother Earth said actions speak louder than words.
And I must say I agree. I do agree with that, but you got to understand, and I tell this to everybody here too. Action speaks louder than words, but you got to understand it takes a long time for somebody to unlearn the behavior that they've already been and to change. And it's not going to happen because you just told them. I could say Elias start moving fast today. He's not going to move fast today because I told him today. Now, that doesn't mean he might not be working on it. It's just not happening today because he's used to moving slow. Those are the things you got to get in your head and understand that yes, action means louder words, but doesn't mean that he's not going to try to learn to move faster. It just means it's going to take him a while because he's used to doing what he's already been doing.
Mm-hmm. Mother Earth said change doesn't happen overnight.
Exactly.
Change doesn't happen overnight.
It doesn't. But, and then what David Slater say?
David said, nobody don't want to be your friend. You got God. He said for a big friend.
That's right.
We're going to close out by saying, remember to love and live each day as if it were your last. Thank y'all for watching. We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow for game time.
Yo. L&L. L&L. Woo. Woo. Love and live show. It's hot. Taste it hot. I'm ready. Love and live. Let's go. Love and live show. Motivation speakers. Positive affirmation. Tune in every week. We need a Monday family meeting. Eli always cheating. Relationship advice on Wednesday so you don't go creeping. Thursday game time. Come in and unwind. Friday night shout out time. Creators grind and shine. Pop up at the pop up. Shop up at the shop up. Get your bomb.com seasons for your potluck. Tropical morning for your royalty. Love and live empire bringing all the heat. It's time to turn up. You wanna taste that heat? Woo. Try to taste the heat. Woo. Hot sauce, that sweet heat is banging like this beat. Woo. Chocolate burning, love, mild watermelon. Heat. Dynamite's the truth. Have you woo? Favorite nephew, Lenora. She know it's the truth. Adriana. Chris. Everybody love Chris. Love and live show.
It's the love and live show. It's the love and live show.
Love and live.
It's the love and live.
We be laughing, having fun.
Get up, please stay up and live. Get up, please stay up and live.
Love and live each day as if it was your last. This is love and live shots.